Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Shauna. So today I will be doing a collective energy read, and these are not date specific. So if you see this a week from now, a month from now, take what resonates and leave behind the rest. It's also a general reading. So if this one doesn't apply to you or you don't feel that the message is resonating quite yet, maybe check out some of my other videos, or there are plenty of other readers on YouTube who are amazing. So if you felt intuitively guided to be here, or the photo or the caption captured you, then there is probably something in this for you. So I use two decks during my readings. I use my crystal deck as well as dragon deck. So these are intuitively guided, which means that I don't always read from the book unless I feel guided to. So let's get into the energy that is flowing right now. I am feeling a little under the weather, so I feel like I'm gaining traction right now with my energy, already tapping into the collective, feeling sort of pulled into this very meditative state. My mind feels calm. My body feels calm. That's a really good sign. Normally, when I sit to do these readings, there's a very clear indicator that there's a block, there's anxiety. So this is a very calm energy and a slow moving, calm energy happening right now. Bear with me. So the first card that came out is Meaningful Sacrifice. So the energy that I'm feeling off of this, again, it's a very soft appearing energy. And the orange typically indicates sacral, and the blue around the edges is the throat chakra, which has been coming up a lot, which is actually where my awakening is definitely happening right now. I'm having this throat chakra expansion. It's a lot of deep clearing in my emotions and speaking my own truth. So maybe that resonates with some of you. But this is coming from deeper within, deeper into the sacral, deeper into your passion and your drive. But this is, if you look at the color of this orange, it is such a soft sort of expanding energy through you. This is what I'm seeing right now, this sort of lotus blooming inside of your sacral right now. So that would indicate to me that there is definitely a sacral expansion. We were digging into a lot of root chakra energy the last couple of months, and this is sort of moving up and up and up, letting this expansion continue. So the meaningful sacrifice is exactly what it sounds like. When I've gotten this card before, when I pulled it before, it indicates that there's something that there's something that is ready to be given up by you. It's time for you to finally take the leap, basically. Let go of the things that are not serving you. Trust that the universe, your higher self, is guiding you, and surrender to this energy that's taking place. There's something, it feels like it's being pried out of your fingers a little bit. It's a soft, gentle energy, so it's not coming aggressive, but this is a sort of prying away of something that you've been holding on to, something that has created safety in your life, safety in your sacral energy specifically. This is a sacral, definitely feeling a blooming of the sacral energy. So there's something that is sort of being peeled away from the structure of your sacral. So that could be related to motivation, sexual energy, your passions, anything to do with the sacral energy. Just you'll see that come up. You'll see whatever's moving. For myself, it's definitely letting go of toxic substances that I've been putting in my body. Not drugs, but coffee and food and things like that, and seeing how that has been a coping mechanism for me. So it might be something different for you, whatever's coming up. So, okay, I'm feeling one more from this deck. So that's where your potential block might lie. This doesn't feel like a block, though. This is a very gentle movement. It doesn't feel like there's very much resistance, and if there is, it's very minimal. So let's get into a little more information here, because typically when people come to these readings, it's not because everything is super hunky-dory. If there is a block, I think, you know, that's typically why we come to these. So let's see what's not moving. All right, so we have Storm Wisdom coming through. And this card, this is typically heart energy. Storm Wisdom indicates that there is, it's a clean sweep. This is a tornado that probably just came through your life. It's definitely coming through as this has just happened, and for some of you, it may be about to occur. I'm actually getting really itchy while I'm talking about this card. This sort of skin crawly feeling. But this, take that how as it resonates. It might not be for all of you, but there's this, low level agitation. It's not full blown in your face, but it's definitely, there's something that is irritating your system. There's something that's irritating you. It's got you finicky and a little agitated, just a little agitated. This isn't outright anger. That might be what's lying underneath, but it doesn't feel like that. So with the Storm Wisdom, this is a tornado sweeping through, uprooting the things that don't belong there and just clearing it out. And this is not typically a gentle process. So with this card coming in first, though, with this very calm, soothing, and sweet energy, it's indicating to me this has already happened. And this is sort of the why, is to get into this energy, get into the more gentle approach, get into a calmer, more patient, sweeter way of moving your energy because of all of this storm energy that you've experienced. So going from pushing yourself through your process, going from that energy of just like complete turmoil and, shit stirring, to this very gentle blossoming. So maybe there's some of you that are having a hard time letting go of this. This can be a familiar place, as it doesn't sound safe, but if your thought patterns are perpetuating this reality and you're used to it and you've been used to it your entire life, it is difficult to break those patterns. You don't have to be hard on yourself. You don't have to, the negative self-talk and the pushing and you should be doing more and why isn't this moving? Why isn't anything changing? That is this sort of rough upheaval. So in order to come down from that and be more gentle with yourself, you have to do something differently. And that's this meaningful sacrifice. So the meaningful sacrifice isn't always giving up a relationship or a job, or it doesn't have to be so material. This could be energetic, which is what I'm leaning towards more than a substance or something like that. This is an energetic thought pattern, karmic pattern, whatever you want to call it. Really stepping out of that and turning it over to a higher cause, and trusting that you don't have to be in control, because you're not. And that's the sweet, kind reality, is you're not in control. And for those of us, and I say us because me included, who are control freaks, that keeps you in separation, that keeps you stressed out, that keeps you worried. So that's the energy that perpetuates this, that it has to be difficult, that it has to be hard, that it has to move this way, that it has to be painful, and that, the saying that, which I've been hearing a lot from people, is it has to get really bad before it can get better. Again, that's just a belief. Is that truth? Does that have to be truth? It doesn't have to be truth anymore. So all of these came out in reverse, which this is the energy that we've shifted out of. I think that's why they came in reverse. So these cards have come up before. I'll go through them one by one with you. So this energy that came up before, this is an energy that the collective was not wanting to look at. In the last reading, this was the cold shoulder, sort of ignoring this wound that's happening. This was a very icy feeling in it. This upheaval, this tower moment, which comes in next, the destroyer, this tower moment that happened for you that caused this storm, it is forcing you, and I laugh because it definitely it's a forceful time to look at this, and that's what's already, I'm definitely feeling this is what has already happened for you. And you got the tower moment, you were forced to look at this wound, and the next card that's coming out, the Mercy card. So in past readings, this has come out as a very unstable energy, but the energy that's coming through with it now is, I feel like with this energy, you're not looking at the toxicity of the people around you. You're looking at your own toxic patterns. You're looking at your own toxic belief patterns, toxic, good, bad, whatever you want to call it. It's something that's not serving you, regardless of the label you want to put on it. And this card coming through this time is, you've taken stock of the things that people around you have done to you, things that you have done to hurt other people, and it's time to implement this mercy. What does that feel like to you? This very gentle energy, this is mercy. This is, this is coming through, and I feel this silence around me, like this waiting. Your system, your body, your higher self, everything you've been doing has been putting you to this point of finally giving yourself what you deserve, which is to be happy and to be loving and to be compassionate and to be gentle with yourself, with you. And a lot of these readings have been looking at the people around you, your family, and forgiving them and having mercy with them. But now it's time to implement that with you. And I want to get more energy. I'm feeling on this tower moment. It's going to be different for all of you, of course, but there's this sort of stickiness coming along with it, this level of identification. Here we go. Yeah, okay, we'll get one more. So this is a lot of heart clearing. This is a lot of self-love, compassion for yourself, which I think may have been lacking. You can sit there all day. Yeah, it's really beautiful. So the two cards that come out. Sensitivity and her golden grace. So we'll start with sensitivity because this is the first one that came out. And I can feel it in my heart chakra, specifically in the back of my heart chakra. The card of sensitivity has a lot of different meanings, but right now, I think this is the state that you're in right now. You're sort of raw. There's a rose behind it. There's this blossoming and this blooming, and your petals, they're very soft and they're almost fragile. And I feel like you're not fully allowing yourself to be in that sensitivity, to be in this raw, open, and vulnerable space. You want to close that flower. But the reality is, once the flower starts blooming, it's blooming. You can't pull that in reverse. That's not how it works. You'd have to destroy the flower. And this energy is gently moving you through. This is a very slow blossoming, very slow and gentle, having mercy on yourself, opening up to this higher will. to everything you're capable of. It's a really, just the energy coming out this time is so sweet. And I think this is what the collective needs right now. We've been in this upheaval. We've been in this very intense energetic movement, this very forceful movement. And it's stepping into a gentle way of handling ourselves and handling the people around us, and stepping into each moment with this very open, vulnerable, sensitive energy. And I feel that there may be a resistance to the sensitivity because it has been abused. It has been poked and sort of betrayed and stabbed when you've been sensitive and open and vulnerable in the past, that it's been used to manipulate you. But you have this storm wisdom. These definitely go hand in hand. You have accumulated so much knowledge and so much wisdom that the way that you were manipulated in the past, the way you were hurt in the past, that's not going to happen again. You see things too clearly now. So now you are safe in your own body. You don't need to protect yourself from the external world because you are sovereign and gentle and compassionate. And no matter what comes at you from the outside, you can transmute that energy in the heart space. This very gentle, open, yeah, it's a really beautiful energy. And then her golden grace coming through after. I mean, this is full on divine guidance. This is that womb energy. This is that root and sacral, that nurturing. It's hard to describe the feeling. I mean, you're being cradled inside this womb right now. And that's how, that's how you should be approaching this situation. Is this not even an infant? This is before birth. This is pre-birth. This is that carrying inside the womb before the trauma of birth. That it's such a cozy energy. And I feel like removed all of this heavy energy and slowly worked our way back into this very nurturing womb, back to the earth, back to Mother Earth, back to Creator. And you're in that right now. And it's very vulnerable, and you're allowed to be vulnerable in that space. You are protected by the womb. And I mean, this is a really gentle, beautiful reading that is a little unexpected right now. I've been going through my own waves, and to hear that, this is the collective energy, this is that just very, very, very gentle process, trying to get you to ease through things. You don't need to push, you don't need to force, you don't need to make things happen. There's no shoulda, coulda, woulda. It just is, in a very gentle way. We've gone through these tower moments. We've gone through the rough stuff. And now it's time to sort of sit back. And whatever's coming up right now, it doesn't need to be forced out. It doesn't really even need to be looked at. Just relax. Because it's coming up right now because it's moving out. It's not, I think there's the habit of staring, just like the last reading, staring down everything that's happening in our process and watching every single step along the way. And this is definitely an energy coming through of just relax, close your eyes. Because it's all playing out. You're not in the driver's seat. You're not driving this car. You don't need to stay awake through, well, be careful with that because the, people in the spiritual community will freak out. you can take a nap and rest right now because higher will your destiny, everything it's playing out. Whether you think you're in control or not. This is, the final message coming through, the underlying energy to all of this, to what you're going through, to what you're stepping into, to the rough stuff, to the gentle. It's all a completion. It's over. Time is already up. There's nothing more to be done here. Stop beating a dead horse. I mean, I could say this 100 different ways. Lay down your weapons and rest. That is what's being asked of you right now. And sometimes that's the hardest thing to do. We'll fight and we'll keep fighting. And when we're asked to go for round 10, 12, 13, we're up, we're ready. Okay, I can keep fighting. Now I can push through this exhaustion. But this is saying, put your weapons down, unclench your fists, and rest. Because the harder you push, the more divine intervention is going to drag you into that rested place. Which I can say from personal experience right now is why I'm under the weather. And a lot of people are. Because we are being forced to chill out right now. Let everything play out. It is all unfolding. Okay, so that was a really fun reading. I really like this energy right now. If you're not feeling 100%, it is just because you need to take it down a few notches. Really collect yourself right now. Meditate more, sleep more. I know we all have a lot of stuff going on, but really take that time to rest. And again, I won't be doing any personal readings or sessions this week just because I'm under the weather and I need to rest. But I'll post my email below, and if you are interested in doing I do guided meditations, hypnosis sessions, which can help, I guide you into a space, help you clear things out, move energy that might be stuck. It's a really beautiful and gentle process. We can do it one-on-one like this, or I can send you a recording and you can sit with it for a few days, a week, however long you need it. And then when you're ready, we can do the integration process together. And I also include a personal reading with that. So if you're interested in that or you have any questions, just email me. Yeah, anytime. And yeah, it'll probably be next week just until I'm feeling recovered. And yeah, let this beautiful energy, this sacred womb space protect you while you allow yourself to become fully vulnerable, fully naked, fully open. All right, guys, have a great week.